Kyle is the founder and digital strategist, basically the brains behind Social Geek's digital agency. He's helped hundreds of businesses understand their digital marketing can help them grow their business online. And whether it's through crafting a high-converting website, helping find interested customer personas, or scaling digital ad campaigns, Kyle has helped bring in over $20 million from his clients. Whoa, that's great.
Thank you so much, Amy. And thank you everyone for letting me present. I'm really excited today. I thought I'd start with a few questions just to get a poll in the room. So I'm going to do a show of hands. Who has a website? Just put your hand up. Great. Okay, excellent. And who is using social media? All right, so you have a profile on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. All right, now here's the kicker. Keep your hands up, guys. Put your hand down if you're not posting on your website more than once a week.
On your website?
Yes. Okay, all right, we've still got some people here. This is great. And social media, put your hand down if you're not posting more than once a week as well. You guys are killing it. Put your hand down if you're not posting more than once a day. Paula, I need to give you a trophy. That is impressive. Yeah, the whole reason I did that poll is just to show how much that we as business owners get busy in the day-to-day and we don't spend time on our marketing, which at the end of the day, if you want new business, you're going to need to spend a bit of time on your marketing, like an hour a week maybe, 2 hours tops, to be able to kind of have content on your website that talks to your customers and social media content that helps you get awareness, brings people in, and converts them into your business. I think a good analogy for this is thinking of your website like an actual physical store. You're going to have your products or services displayed in a great window. If you've got a good business, a good website, you want that to be your showpiece. People see that and they go, I need that outfit, or I really want to talk to Matt because he seems like he knows what he's talking about and he looks great in that picture. You want to be highlighting those types of things and having that display front of mind. As well, you want to think about the shopping experience. When people come in, what's the first thing that they see? Do they go straight to the reception area, talk to somebody there? How's your customer service? Do you have chat available on your website? Do you have a contact number, book a free appointment? How is your customer service on your website? And then you also want to be thinking about, am I answering people's questions? Am I helping them convert? Am I bringing them in through the shopping experience? And if you go to any store right now and you're shopping products, at the checkout, they'll have a whole bunch of other products, right? They're upselling you on buy this Mars bar or whatever it is. You're trying to think about that shopping experience in a way that if they get to the checkout, you're also selling other things that they'll probably want, but maybe didn't see on your website. So it's a good analogy, right? Like it's that kind of brick and mortar. This is how you would do it in a store. Why don't we think about that for our websites? And then in addition, for branding, we need to think about social media. And I think a great analogy for social media is it's not a brick and mortar store, it's a marketplace. If you sell products and you want to go to a marketplace, you might think about who's my customer, what type of markets are they going to? If you sell bespoke handmade crafts, then you probably want to go to bespoke handmade markets and sell your products there. Your Monday markets would be perfect for your brand. If you're an accountant, probably not so much. They're not really going to be your ideal target market. It's probably people who are there to buy knickknacks and paddywhacks and Australian cool things. So you really don't want to set up an accounting stall at your Monday markets, right? It's just a bad fit. So think of social media like a marketplace. If you are selling accountant services, what markets or expos would be good for your business? Probably things like LinkedIn would be a good idea. Facebook, having a page there. I mean, Facebook's kind of like the marketplace that we should all be on. But you want to make sure that you have a presence. Your brand is going to be there with a stall that demonstrates your services, tells people what you do, and talks to people. Not, please buy my products, please buy my services. It's, here are common questions that we get asked. Here is something that a client found really helpful, and I want to share that with you all. Paul was actually asking me just before this presentation, how do you speak to people that aren't quite ready? They're maybe coming up with the idea that they have a problem. They're like, hey, I have some money from my dad who passed away. I don't know what to do with this. I really don't know how to invest. I'm not really struggling with how to deal with this inheritance. So they're aware that they have a problem and they're starting to look for ways that they can invest. The first thing that comes to mind isn't, I need a financial planner, or I need this person in my life right now to help with this. They're probably going, Google, what can I do with inheritance money? How do I invest money smart? What are returns? They're asking questions. And And I think that's the key thing, that with your website, you should have articles that answer those questions. With your social media, you should have content that answers those questions. So I'm going to give you guys a few pointers from a digital marketer on how you can get this started, because I think we all struggle with this, right? Like, how do I do social media? It's a really difficult question to answer, but I'll try to give it a go today. The first thing that I would recommend is that video is super important. The reason is that every social media platform now is video first. You guys might know this, or maybe you don't use social media, I don't know. If you go onto Instagram, you go onto Facebook, you go onto LinkedIn, you're seeing video everywhere. So you want to be trying to think, what could I be recording that's as easy as possible? Don't go too complicated. Don't try to overdo it. I think the easiest thing you can do is, what am I doing every day that I could record? Am I meeting with clients? Am I doing consultations? Am I running workshops? I'm thinking service-based industries, but if you sell products, am I packing orders? Things like that that you do every day make great content. And you wouldn't think that, but if you set up your camera and you do a time lapse, people love that stuff. It's really crazy what people go for these days. So you want to be trying to do little snippets of your day and just try to set up a camera like here and just do your thing. It doesn't have to be rocket science, I guess is the point. As well, if you're struggling with coming up with ideas, think about what are common questions that you get asked. Now, you might have a blog or an FAQ on your website if you're a marketing superstar, and that's great, but video is the medium that people are really looking for these days. So what I'd recommend is use ChatGPT or anything just to be like, what are common questions that people are asking in my industry? Look at that list and then just get in front of a camera and record your perspective on how you would answer those questions. If you're looking at digital marketing, it might be, how do I grow my revenue? How do I increase my web traffic? How do I increase brand awareness? And then you record on your phone. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. You can just record that video saying, here is how I would recommend you increase your web traffic. Here are some ways that you can increase your revenue online. Here's some ways that you can, whatever, fill the blank here. And those are the things that you want to record and then start putting out there on YouTube. So I think that's a really easy one, low-hanging fruit. It's what do you do every day that can be recorded as content? And then what are some common questions that you get asked? If you want bonus points for reoccurring content, I would definitely recommend starting a podcast, because that is like the easiest way to have consistent content every week that you're recording for video, and that can work everywhere. You can use that on YouTube in long form, 30 minutes to an hour, totally fine. Joe Rogan is talking for 3 hours and people watch that crazy high amounts, 3-hour-long episodes. If you want to do that, go for it, but half an hour is fine. And then what you can do is you can cut that up into shorter clips. 3 to 5 minutes, just to highlight. Here is a common question that I get asked. It could be a 1-minute clip that goes on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. It could be even a 15-minute clip where you're cracking a joke or whatever it is. The point of this is that video is super important. If you go for that long-form content, you can snip it up and then you can use it to help get your brand out there on all the marketplaces you want to set up. That's pretty much it for today. I hope that you guys found that valuable. If you do want to chat about how you could probably put together a strategy like this, I offer free consultations. I love talking about this. And if you just want to go through and say, how the hell do I get started on video? And I'll just give you some free pointers. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah.
Thank you, Kyle. We have question time.
Just recently, because I use those media irregularly, but just recently I saw a post from someone and they said, if you want your content to last for 1,000 so many % longer, use Pinterest.
Yep.
What's your opinion?
I love Pinterest. I use it a lot for clients that have mainly female customers, especially mums. It's really good, but Pinterest is great because it's like Google meets images, and you can actually save stuff on a board. So I definitely think Pinterest is a really good strategy, especially if you serve that demographic. Pinterest, yeah. You can do pictures and video on Pinterest now, yeah. So video works really well there too. I definitely agree. That's a great one for long tail results. People will continually find your pins. But good question, yeah. Jamie.
What's the demographic?
Pinterest is mainly in Australia. It's primarily, I'd say, middle-aged women. Mothers seem to be a common one. I believe off the top of my head, it's about 800 million people on Pinterest. Australia, it's probably like from advertising campaigns, I can see that there's 3 million people if you don't filter anything on Pinterest in Australia. So It's not a huge amount, but it is people who use it to plan. They have a saying that pinners are planners. They're planning a wedding, they're planning to give birth, they're planning to buy a home, they're planning to do renos. So they're
Move interstate.
planning to move interstate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
One more question before we roll.
Oh, can I end on something?
Yes.
I forgot to say that another great way to do video content would be to present at BX Networking, because we'll record it. I've got a little mic here that you guys can use for getting the audio, and I'll cut that up for you guys at a little freebie value add just to get up here and do your thing. So,
Thanks,
yeah.
Kyle. That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Awesome.
I would say Alice helped us out at Video One with a couple of things, and it's just been amazing. He's added so much value.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah.
I'm a big advocate, and I just love that he can bring the mic as well and get really clear audio. So from now on, if you do apply to get up here and do an X-Site, you're going to have some amazing content across your socials as well as across the BX network. So thank you so much, Carl.
Perfect. Thanks, Amy. Thank you.